KZN Premier Thami Ntuli is set to hand over 4 mobile police stations to the provincial police there. The structures will be placed in 4 crime hotspots, including the township of Inanda. Let's take you there live to Newzroom Afrika's Silethiwe Ndlovu. Silethiwe, which other areas have been identified there? And what are the type of crimes that we're talking about when we say hotspots?
Good afternoon, Michelle. We were told that the areas where these mobile police stations are going to be placed include the area of Inanda, KwaMbonambi, KwaMakhutha, and the area of Bulwa. Now, when you look at the area of Inanda, for instance, we know that there's a number of crimes that actually do take place in that area where, in most instances, it is considered as the provincial murder capital. There's crimes such as attempted murder, carjacking, you're looking at house robberies, gang violence, but also mass killings where, for instance, we know that a couple of months ago, there were 5 people that were found on 2 different sports fields that had been hacked and killed. I'm going to show you, Michelle, the mobile police stations that will be handed over to the KZN SAPS. The other areas, as stated, include the area of KwaMbonambi, which is also going to receive one of these mobile police stations. Now, that area, perhaps our viewers will remember a couple of months ago in December, there was an award-winning teacher that was shot on her way to work in the early hours of the morning. She unconsciously drove into a cash and transit heist during that fateful morning, and she unfortunately lost her life. The other area is Bulwa, where we know, of course, there's carjackings that take place there, attempted murder, but also business robberies. The last area then, Michelle, would be the area of KwaMakhutha, where there was a victim-friendly room that was established just a few years ago, where we're told that that victim-friendly room was designed for victims to actually report cases without any fear or any intimidation. So these 4 mobile police stations that you can see will be placed in those different areas. But perhaps one of the biggest questions, Michelle, for the Premier that we are going to see here today and SAPS is in terms of how they are going to operate. We know, of course, that there's been a number of residents in different areas in the province that do state that one of the issues that they are faced with is the distance when you are looking at the main police station and those areas that are crime-ridden. So one of the biggest questions in terms of today is going to be how these mobile police stations are going to operate, but also where they are going to be placed in those different communities. As we know, of course, distance does become a concern for many of those residents in those different areas that have reported previously that they are faced with the issue of reporting crimes in police stations that are quite far. So the handover then is set to take place at 2 o'clock. Michelle, we are yet to see the Premier's office arrive, but SAPS has arrived here, and we are then set to see that handover take place.
Silethiwe, the other question, of course, is, if these areas like Inanda are crime hotspots, why not build a permanent police station there? Why is a mobile SAPS office a better option? Or is it even a better option?
Well, what we were told was that, or rather, Michelle, we know that those 4 areas actually do have police stations. Inanda, KwaMakhutha, KwaMbonambi, and Bulwa. We're told that they all have police stations. However, the provincial government is trying to strengthen safety and security when you are looking at those areas. Of course, we did mention that they are seen as hotspots. So the provincial government and SAPS have mentioned in the past that one of the interventions that they are then going to try and provide is to ensure that there is more safety, to strengthen safety and to strengthen security when you are looking at those different areas. So perhaps this is one of those interventions, Michelle, to ensure that there's more visibility when you are looking at the police. Of course, we have reported, for instance, in the area of Inanda, where they've mentioned that despite a police station being in that township, they do, however, feel as if there's more police visibility that is needed in those different areas, especially due to the crimes that do take place in that area. So we were told when we inquired with the police, they did state that the main concern is to ensure that there's strengthen safety and security, and this is now despite the fact that those 4 areas do actually have police stations.
2 o'clock is when that handover takes place. Silethiwe and Ndlovu, thanks for that preview. It brings us to 24.